All right. Did you see what happened to Patrik Laine last night? He completely lost it on the Blue Jackets bench. He is fed up, and so is his head coach and their fans as well. I'll show you the video. We'll hear from the head coach in a moment. But first, a reminder, hit the follow button. And as soon as we get these bits of video, highlights, news, whatever, we'll pass it on to you right away. All right. So there's a bigger issue here. It's not just last night, and it's not just Patrik Laine. It's also Johnny Gaudreau. And across the league, really, it's bad NHL contracts where guys get caught chasing the money and walking away from what was a much better situation for them personally. Let me set the stage for you. Here's the deal last night specific. Jackets and Coyotes tied 1-1 midway through the third period. Coyotes go up by a goal, and that's it for Patrik Laine. He sits on the bench for the last 9 minutes and 53 seconds of the game. And clearly, he was a very frustrated guy, not just after he got benched, throughout the entire game. There's no doubt about that. Gaudreau got one more shift after that, but was sat for the last 6 minutes and 15 seconds. You're down, and you're sitting your guys who are supposed to be your goal scorers. But therein lies the issue. They have not been the goal scorers. Gaudreau and Laine are 12th and 17th, respectively, on the team in scoring. I understand. Laine's missed a lot of time because of injury, so granted. But just 2 goals in 8 games. But this is nothing new for Patrik Laine or Johnny Gaudreau since joining the Columbus Blue Jackets. When Laine was still with the Winnipeg Jets, he was averaging 34 goals a season. Not a single 30-goal year since he left Winnipeg. Gaudreau scored 40 in his last year with the Calgary Flames. He hasn't come close to that with the Blue Jackets. The Jackets have now lost 7 straight games. Just 1 win in the last month. They're dead last in the entire conference. All this from the team that went through that entire Mike Babcock fiasco before the start of the season, where they hired him and fired him before he even got to coach a single game. It is a mess that Pascal Vincent inherited.
Is it tough to win games when you're just not, when the young players are the best players? Like, do you need a little bit more out of in some places?
Asking the question is answering the question.
Okay, so now what? Where do we go from here? Laine and Gaudreau eat up $18.5 million per year in the salary cap. Gaudreau for 6 more years, Patrik Laine for 3 more years. Good luck trying to move those contracts. That is definitely not going to happen. So this is a case of be careful what you wish for. Both Patrik Laine and Johnny Gaudreau were in good situations, surrounded by guys that could help them score. They were succeeding and then got caught chasing the money. I don't blame them. You got to make some cash. But understand that if you're chasing the money, you could potentially put yourself in a very difficult spot. And the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are trying to bring them in, hoping that they would be the scorers that they need moving on to the next generation, did the Blue Jackets bite off and expect way more than these 2 guys could bring individually to their team? Again, good luck moving those contracts. So, was it worth it for Gaudreau? Was it worth it for Laine? Is it worth it for the Blue Jackets? At this point, the answer on all 3 of those counts seems to be no. What do you think about the contracts and the situations for Laine, Gaudreau, and other potentially bad contracts out there in the NHL today? The comments are open. Looking forward to hearing what you've got to say.